Everybody back with another episode of Formula XD. We're in our second season, and this is we're going into race 6, the British Grand Prix. It started out really good this year. We did great in the Australian Grand Prix. Then the wheels have kind of come off of it. In the end, we're slowly falling back to the back of the pack. If you look at our career overview, right now we're in 6th place in the Constructors Championship, and my drivers are in 10th and 12th place in the Drivers Championship. So not looking too stellar at the moment, but it's all right. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And so let's take a quick look at our R&D management. We have 4 cars ready. This is take a look at next year's car. It's cruising along. It's really starting to pick up its pace. We only have 4 more races to really crank up the quality of this car. So we're going to focus on speed this time, and hopefully that's going to assist us. But other than that, there's not much else we can do. We're heading into the British Grand Prix, and we're doing good financially. Starting out the season at the top of the pack helped, but let's get right into this race and see what we can do. If our two Giovanni and what's this guy's name? I forget it. Augustus. I cannot remember their names ever. So Giovanni and Augustus, can kind of improve. Now Augustus is kind of like the crazy one, and Giovanni is the money guy. He's my gentleman driver who pays me $750,000 a race to be in the car. So, for him to do anything is an accomplishment. But that being said, let's get into the race. See what our conditions are going to be today. Oh, God, elimination tracks. Really? All right, weather changes at faster rate as usual. All right, so elimination tracks suck. We're looking at 11th and 13th position on the grid. We're going hard tires. It's a little overcast. We should be good there. I'm looking at how people filled up. Yeah, we're going to stick with the hard tires, I think. And how many laps we got? We got 13 laps. That's going to make us pit. So I'm going to give him 1 more gallon of fuel. just in case I have to go an extra lap. All right, we're off. All right, so we're stuck between Nick Heathfield Oreoed between Giovanni and Augustus. We got Nicky Quetta and Roderick Warwick. Oh, Giovanni and Augustus both move up 1 position. I'm not going to push these guys too hard out the gate. We're going to let this first lap kind of play out and see how we position. Augustus is kind of notorious for being a bad driver on the first lap, so I really don't want to cause problems. But Giovanni is moving up the list. He is up into 8. He's past Nicky Raikkonen. He's looking at Gino Allegro. He's right on his heels. At the top of the list, we've got Heinz Harald and Gerhard Frankfurt. Interestingly, where's our points leader? See, here he is. Giancarlo Mazzaro, Nigel Munstache. Where's our points leader? I don't see him. Arton Salsa is 14th. So, like I said, we're going to get around this track one time. We've already moved up into 6th and 7th position. Not pushing it. We're keeping the pace. The cars sound good. They're doing good. So there's no reason to make this problematic by getting too aggressive right out the gate. I do like the fact that it's not overcast or raining. That gives us some wiggle room. Eddie O'Brien just put in the fastest lap. He's pulling away with Nicky and Damian Cliff. But we're about to make our move. Let's see if we can get aggressive on this lap here, on the second lap of the race. We're going to come in hard on these 4. The top 4. Giovanni has really got a good pace going. Augustus up in the 7th position. I think it's kind of important that we perform well at the British Grand Prix. While it's not our home circuit, for our drivers, it's definitely important that we put on a good showing. All right, come on. We're coming right up. Giovanni is all over Gerhard Frankfurt's back end. Eddie O'Brien's dropped down to 3rd. You got Damian Cliff up in the 1st position. And I'm regularly shocked. Arton Salsa and Nigel Manstash are in 9th and 10th right now. All right, so we're coming around the back end into our final turn, and it looks like Augustus kind of dropped back a little. We're gonna have him lay off the pace a little bit. I'm having Giovanni could be really aggressive. Augustus is struggling, and is somebody out? Oh, we've got 2 cars out already. Oh, David Chinnard and Alessandro Minardi have already gone out of the race, so we're going to go ahead and set our pacing. And Giovanni's knocking on the door of 3rd place. He's right behind Eddie O'Brien. He's coming in hard. He's got a good pace going on that track. So Augustus, we're just going to have him hold still. So we're not going to push this. Giovanni only has 3.6 laps of fuel left, and he's kind of falling off the pace a little bit, but I'm not trying to push it. Let's see, he's got a guy breathing down his neck. Jared Frankfurt is hot on his heels, so we're gonna have him pick up the pace a little bit, see if we can put some separation between him and Giovanni and Gerard. Eddie O'Brien has got at least 2-3 seconds on him on the pace, so that's not helping. But we are starting to see some separation between Giovanni and Gerhard. Giovanni, this is crazy. He is our gentleman driver. So the fact that he's doing so well, now I'm going to switch it up. We're going to have Augustus get a little aggressive. I think Giancarlo just kind of put a move on him. We've got Nigel Manstash, and Ayrton just passed Augusta. Augusta is falling back off the pace, and now our points leaders in the Drivers' Championship has just moved past Augustus. Ayrton Salsa, Nigel Manstash, both from I forget Stromboni. The Stromboni team are making massive headway here. Interesting stuff. And we're coming around on our 4th lap. And I'm going to have Augustus get really aggressive here. I don't know how long he can maintain it. But I'm going to see if we can have both these guys kind of get a little aggressive and see if we can make up some time here. With both Stromboli cars moving past Augustus and creating some separation, I really need Giovanni to step up. And it could be that that's not realistic. It could be a limitation of the car. Not sure. But we definitely want to stay in the points. All right, so coming around on our 4th lap, we've got... I want to make the fuel last. So I'm going to have Giovanni pit on his next lap. And we're gonna switch up to the softer tires. That seems to be what's working better on the track right now. And so we're just going to have him get really aggressive. He's going to make a move. He's making a move on Eddie O'Brien, who just had clocked the fastest lap, and he moved ahead of Eddie O'Brien. So now Giovanni's up in the 3rd position, and he is moving. He is on a hunt right there. Augustus Cesaris is back in the 9th. Giovanni has just moved into 2nd position. He is tearing it up. He's coming around. He is in 2nd position. Damian Cliff has got probably 4 or 5 seconds on him. I mean, somebody's going to have to come in and pit at some point here. I'm going to have Giovanni pit first, and then I'll have Augustus come in on the next lap. But I need to create some separation here, but I'm not going to get it. So I'm going to go ahead and have Giovanni pit. It's not worth crashing over. And we'll have Augustus make a move. See if he can do anything. Giovanni's pitting. He had 1 more lap of fuel left. I'm going to have him get... see. Yeah, that'll be good. He's pitting. I'm going to have him get some fuel so that he can stop. He doesn't have to pit again. And we switch to the softer tires, and we're going to see how well that works out for us. Meanwhile, Augustus is up in the 5th, now in the 4th position. All right, his turn to pit is coming right up. So I'm going to have him go ahead. He's going to pit on this lap. We're going to leave him on hard tires. And it looks like the switch over to soft tires might have been prematurely and a bad idea on my part, but for Giovanni, we're going to leave Augustus on hard tires. We're coming in on lap 7, so we're going to have him make sure he's got plenty of fuel to go. And meanwhile, I need Giovanni to pick up the pace. He's in 14th position right now. Now this is about points. Augustus pulling ahead. Now it's him and the 2 Stromboli drivers, Arton Salsa and Nigel Manstash. Not shocked to see these 2 guys pulling up ahead of everybody. They have yet to pit. They have yet to pit stop. So, meanwhile, Giovanni's holding strong. We've had a lot of people go out of this race. So, we don't want to push our luck. And I'm waiting for my guy to come out of the pits. It looks like Giovanni and Augustus are going to be right neck and neck. Augustus is going to come out of the pits with Damian Cliff hot on his heels. And now we gotta move. So we got 6 more laps, or 5 more laps, 6 more laps in this British Grand Prix. And we should have plenty of fuel for Giovanni to finish the race. We're right now in 11th and 12th, so we're doing good. I'm trying to get Augustus to pick up the pace a little bit. We're going to have him level out, and he can just pace with Giovanni. Maybe they can draft off each other, and it looks like they might be catching up to the 2 cars in front of him, which would be Gerhard Frankfurt and Giancarlo Mazzarella. Frankfurt just pulled ahead of Giancarlo Mazzarella. I can't say half these names. And we are really making a pace to catch these 2 guys. As you can see, where the softer tires have not fared as well, and we're going to be aggressive. We're going to see if we can make a move on these 2 guys right now. Coming up into the final turn, coming around to the front lap. Now we're in 9-10. We're really looking to make a move here, guys. Come on. It's going to get crazy. It's starting to tighten up, and I still have not seen the Stromboli drivers pit. They have yet to pit. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I can go back and watch the replay and catch it. But we're pulling up, and we are chasing down, and we can't keep pushing our guys this hard. And he's starting to pull away. So Damian Cliff has kind of put a little bit of space between him and Giovanni Largasimo and Augustus Cesares from my team. I'm hoping they're going to be able to pick up the pace a little bit later in the race. If we don't push them too hard right now, maybe they'll be fine and everything will go well. But we've seen people dropping off like flies. We have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars out of this race. And Nick Heathfield just fell back. He's fell off the pace. He's not doing well. Something must be wrong with his car. The Stromboli cars still have not pitted. So I'm cruising on the idea that we're going to go down. We're going to go down and hopefully be able to make a move and stay nice and consistent without pushing the cars too hard, because we did pit on lap 6. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to carry these tires, and we're in Giovanni and Augustus are in a nail-biting fight. They are hot on each other's tails. So I'm hoping they're drafting off each other and being good teammates. And moving forward, Oliver Paris seems to have just got passed by Damian Cliff. Oliver Paris is kind of slowing down a little bit. We've got 4 more laps. We're on our 9th lap, so 3.5 more laps. We've got plenty of fuel.
Excuse me.
Oh no. He's wanting fresh tires. So I guess we need to go ahead and we're going to pit him, put him back on hard tires. We're going to bring the fuel down to 5. See if we can speed that up. So Giovanni has burned through his tires, unfortunately. So that's a disadvantage. I'm hoping that there's going to be a good pit. And you see the Stromboli driver. One of them's just come in. And oh man, this is getting down to the wire here, guys. All right, so we're moving up. We're going to have Giovanni is going to drop back in pace, but he has to get some fresh tires. So I don't have any choice. Meanwhile, Augustus is making a strong move on it. He's still on the hard tires. He's got the hard surface going, so nice hot day out. Here comes my guy out of the pits. We've got a Giovanni in 12th position, Augustus in 6th. Augustus is making good moves. He has Salsa coming up behind him. And it looks like he's putting a little bit of a gap between him and Salsa, which is nice. Hopefully he's able to maintain that. And we have 3.5 more laps to go. I need people to move. I need people to get going. There are only 13 drivers left in this race right currently. So, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. We're in 6th and 12th. I heard a snap back in the car. Oh no, gearbox damage. That's not good. That's not good. I think we're gonna slow down.
Oh, no.
And he just crashed. Seriously? Oh my gosh. Alright, so right now Augustus has moved up into 3rd position. We've lost Giovanni. We're gonna see if Augustus can finish this race. That just sucks. 2.5 more laps. We got Salsa hot on our backside from Stromboli. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Now we're down to 11 cars left in this race. One more car falls out of this race, and hopefully it's not us. And then we'll have everybody else in the points. All right, Salsa is really pushing. I'm trying to drive defensively. We are now pushing. He is pushing me with drafting, and he's also passing me. It is a strong move. Art and Salsa moves us into 2nd place. Augustus goes into 2nd, and we went right past Damian Cliff. And I went into a defensive driving mode to try and keep from doing it. Now I'm going back into a pace mode. Let's see if we can make a move on Alan Frost. We've fallen into third place. Oh, we're neck and neck with Art and Salsa. So, the 3 of us, it's neck and neck with 2 laps to go. Art and Salsa, Augustus Cesaris, and it's a fight. We have 2 laps to go. Oh, and I'm making a move. New fastest lap, Jean Allegro, but Art and Salsa is really fighting. This is a crazy race. Coming down to the end, we are really, really pushing hard. And Art and Salsa does definitely put some gap between us. And then you have to wonder if it's worth, is the podium, getting on the podium, is that more important than winning the race? And I'm kind of thinking it is. I'm kind of feeling like I don't want to push the car. We've got 2 laps to go. He's definitely pulling away from us. And Augustus Cesaris is moving. Meanwhile, Jean Allegro, who put in the fastest lap, has just moved into 4th position. He's making a concerted move to try and put an end to this. We have Augustus in 2nd place. We've lost Giovanni Largasimo, who unfortunately lost control of the car in an earlier turn down here. But I think as long as we can finish it, and we can make an aggressive move if we want. We can try and put a move on Arton, but I just don't think we're going to get there. Oh, we're coming in hard. He's coming around the corner fast. He's got some speed. Can he catch him? We're on the last lap. This is going to be crazy. He's either going to catch him or he's going to crash. We needed this win. We needed something. We needed to make a podium. We have not made a podium since Australia. Oh, and we caught him on that turn. Art and Salsa, we're neck and neck. Stromboli and Mario Magnus. Now we're in 1st place on the last few turns. Holy cow. And we're pulling away. What a chase. What a chase. Augustus Cesaris, if he just can hold form, he's got one more turn to make. And if he makes it, we're going to win the British Grand Prix. Holy crap. And look at that. Just like that. Augustus Cesaris, after I've given him so much grief for his aggressive driving and the fact, and Giovanni, my gentleman driver, he held in there. He's going to finish in 13th position. He's going to finish outside the points. Only 8 cars finished this race. This was a brutal race. I've not seen this many cars get knocked out of a race yet. And there you have it. Look at that. That's awesome. Moose Alpha gets 20 points for winning the race. We needed it. It's going to move us back up, hopefully, in the standings a little bit. We need that money. Augustus needed the points for the Drivers' Championship. He's pretty much out of it. I mean, he's not going to get. Alpha moves all the way back up in a third position in the Constructors' Cup. And that's huge. So let's see what one of the newspapers said. Sweating under yesterday's hot sun at Brand Match, Augustus Cesaris fended off all challengers to win the race. His teammate Giovanni Lagosoma failed to finish the race at all. Well, he crashed. That's why. We approached Cesaris for an interview. It was a good win today, of course. We had the best car, the best strategy, and the best driver. Alpha, while not in the lead, are in a strong championship position. Running just behind him in the championship, Elson Peak made his displeasure known. I'm not going to let some jumped-up rich kid get the better of me. Oh, that was cool. All right, where do we finish? Well, Augustus has moved back up into, he's still a ways out. He's in fourth position in the driver's standings, but he's still like 52 points behind Salsa. So Nigel Manstash and Salsa and Alan Frost, they're kind of like the big dogs on campus right now. That Stromboli team is really, really killing it, and the Wilhelm Racing is doing really well too. They're in second place in the constructor standings, but we're in third at the moment, and that followed up by Sparrows is the best of the rest. Sparrows Racing, and it's there's some good stuff. Sparrows had some good driving out there. You know, you had Damian Cliff running out there, Giancarlo Mazzarella, he was out there doing well. Unfortunately, Alan Frost's teammate kind of fell off the pace. Mark Schwarzflag, and Nick Heathfield, he unfortunately did not hold strong for Lombardi. But that being said, we gained another 113,000 fans. We earned $43,000 from that. See, we finished third. We're currently third in the constructor, so we got another $3.2 million for that. That was huge. Mario Magnets, we had 2 participants. We got a position bonus. We got an outbreak bonus, but both drivers failed to complete the race. Neither car suffered a fall. So we got $1.2 million for Mario's Magnets, which is, that's not bad. Our net gain going into next season is we're at 29 million now, so we'd have 14 million left at the beginning of next season if everything stayed the same. All right. So our chief designer reports back. Our new brake design might be pivotal, in getting around corners faster. It'll cost $200,000. Yeah, let's make that happen. Morale's pretty high, and obviously we got another $750,000 from Giovanni. I'm not giving him a hard time. I know he didn't finish, but he's 12th in the points, and he's a gentleman driver. Think about all these professional drivers behind him, and he's paying for his ride. So let's head on back and take a look at what we got going. Standings. I'm liking it. It's we're still in this thing, And next week we got the German Grand Prix, and that should be an interesting race. And then we're going to finish up the season with the Italian Grand Prix, which would basically be kind of like a home. I don't know. Are we Italian or are we Spanish? I think we're Italian. Let me see. Does it say? Doesn't say. But Augustus, man, he's look at this. He has won 2 races this year. If he's not winning, he's not doing well. But he has won 2 races this year. That's worth the ride. I'm telling you. I mean, it's only an 8 race season. So to win 2 of them and to beat Stromboli the way he did, coming around the back end there, passing him, going up and around, and putting some separation, that was huge. Stromboli had an interesting tactic in this race. They didn't pit until like lap 9. So they were kind of pacing themselves, put themselves in a really good position to have a shot at it. But I didn't see a Stromboli pit until like late in the race. So, all right, so let's check out our research. Next year's car. Oh, yeah, we got some bonuses there. So I want to put some interest in reliability. And I'm hoping that next season I'm going to be able to invest more in our research facilities. That's going to be good. But there you have it. If you, that's it for the British Grand Prix. If you are having fun with this goofy little game like I am, and you like what you see, you can smash that like button. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. You can also, if you're not currently a subscriber, you can hit that big red button for me as well. Show me some love, and hit the bell for notifications. But until next time, you guys keep gaming.